This is Dan Tortora here on Wake Up Call, sitting next to Destiny Perry, a point guard, shooting guard for Bryant Stratton College of Syracuse women's basketball team for the Bobcats here in this exclusive Bobcat Buzz in our multimedia marketing partnership with Bryant Stratton College of Syracuse. Destiny, how are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
Doing well. You had some recordings you were doing of your teammate D. So I'm going to ask you this. Of putting together a reel, who's the best on the team of filming, putting the music under it, and putting the whole thing together? I need to know who's the best editor of these videos.
Filming wise, I would have to say not Coach, because he don't get everything.
Coach was just filming us, and he just put his phone down when you said that. He was like, he was like this. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to get this interview." Oh, she said something bad about me, and he just did. He just threw the phone right now.
But yeah, no, Coach on filming wise, no, not Coach. I would say Maggie filming. For editing, I would say Coach.
Okay.
Yeah, for editing, I would say Coach.
So for editing, Coach is on it.
Yeah, he got it.
So let's go to some different questions, but also about the team than D had. Who would you trust on the team if the bus broke down and you guys had to rent a van and put everybody in it? Who would you trust on your team to be the driver?
Besides myself?
Yes, besides yourself.
That's hard. That's real hard, because I haven't seen anybody on the team drive besides myself.
Who do you think is the most responsible?
Lord, I would have to go with Maggie Butter. I would have to go with Butter.
Okay. I like how she's gotten the most responsible, but also the biggest comedian.
Because she's like the mother of the team.
Okay.
Yeah, she really is. Definitely.
All right. Fair enough. Who on this team do you think is most likely to sleep through a practice?
Myself. I'm
Coach nodded on that one.
I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Myself.
I like how Coach, it was not the coach. Yeah. Yeah. Maggie picked herself though.
Gone.
You're picking you.
It's all of us in this room. It's all of us in this room.
So how many alarms do you have to set on your phone in order to get up?
A lot. Like I set at least 10 alarms.
At least 10?
Yeah.
Are they like 5 minutes apart, 2 minutes apart?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes apart, 10 minutes apart, 30 minutes apart, and so forth and so forth. Yeah.
Okay. Is that because you're a night owl and you stay up all night?
That and because I don't hear them.
You don't hear them?
Yeah, I don't hear none of them. Like it was going off this
morning. You got
to
set one that's annoying.
I do. They're all annoying.
And you still don't hear it?
Like I'm in a coma.
There's a song that would wake me up every time because I think it's the worst song ever created by humanity. And it's the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
That's not a bad song.
It's a bad song.
That's not a bad song.
What? No, not the new one. The old one. The whole girls just want to have that song. That's stupid. And that's not my singing voice. That's my, but yeah, it's that she's like, girls, I can't do that stupid song. That song makes me mad because you know what it is, why it makes me mad? It's connected to like history. And like when you're dating a girl and she's just a problem and she plays that song and she's like in your face, like, you know, I'm more important than you are. And I'm like, no, you're not. So I think that's why I have bad memories of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That and all the single ladies. I don't like that song either.
I love that song.
I don't like that song.
It's a good song.
And I like more Destiny's Child than I like Beyonce. Because Destiny's Child is when they all had to work together. Then she was like, screw y'all and I'm out. Kelly Rowland, by the way, doesn't get enough credit for how beautiful she is, how talented she is. She doesn't get enough talent at all. And she did one of the songs with Wayne from a few years ago. Oh yeah. She did a song with Wayne.
Motivation.
Yes. Which I think is one of her best pieces ever.
She did great with that song.
You know, Motivation. I would play it right now, but I would get yelled at by all of the social medias out here.
Yeah.
So Destiny, your name is special. It's unique. Why do you like being called Destiny?
Because what you just said. It's special and unique, and I'm special and unique.
I like that. Okay. What do you think your destiny is if you had to pinpoint where you're heading?
To be great whatever I do, don't matter what I do, just be great and successful.
Do you have something you want to do? Something you want to achieve?
Right now, no, just get my degree, and move on. Hopefully it's something, good. Still trying to figure it out.
What are you getting your degree in?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Okay.
Mhm.
So is there a job that you would like to?
I would like to, be like something like a social worker to like work with like younger kids and like families and stuff like that, just to put them in better homes and just to help them out to make everything run more smooth in the household.
I can appreciate that very much so. I think there's a lot that can change in our society if we just had the right care and if we didn't have perpetual issues. Like if someone's in a bad house, that they don't learn that behavior, so then they create a bad house as well.
Exactly.
Right. So get into the basketball side of things. How'd you get into basketball?
Basically the same thing D said, like just playing with boys growing up, just my family, like my uncle and my brothers and stuff like that. Just going to the court, playing with them, shooting around, just enjoying it. It was just fun.
What did you learn from playing up against them?
To be tough. Yeah, to be tough. Stop crying and complaining and just get to it.
So what I suspect coming off of that if you don't get a foul called and you think it's a foul, will you say something or will you just be like, you know what? I'm not crying and complaining. I'm going back down.
I'll say something, but I'll get back on defense.
Okay.
I'll be standing and running back.
Fair enough. What has been your best memory of basketball so far?
Best memory of basketball. It was actually last year, with my old team. It was in a tournament we were playing, and it was like the buzzer beater to send us into overtime, and I made the layup to send us into overtime. We lost the game, but it was a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, you sent the team farther. How hungry has that made you for what you can do this year?
It made me even more hungry, honestly. I just want everything that I didn't get before. What I didn't work for before, I want to work for now and just achieve more.
Your work ethic, who you are today, what do you think has improved the most?
That's a good question. I would say trying to be more organized.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say trying to be more organized.
And your point guard, shooting guard, so organization is important. Do you have a point guard or a shooting guard that you've looked up to?
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson. It's funny that you say that because, again, we talk about vibes. And when you were talking about playing with your family, for some reason in my head, I thought about the AI crossover. And that was one of the most, to this day, to me, I would practice that. I would practice it like by myself, just playing, like just being in the driveway. I'd go outside, nobody's training me. My parents are in the house, whatever. And I would think about everything he did and I try to perfect it. And every time I got it wrong, I put the ball back, set it up again. And if I had to do it 100 times, I did it 100 times. So you said AI, which I think is really funny because I felt that. Why do you like AI so much? What is it about his game?
He's just shifty.
Yeah,
he real shifty. Like he might be small, but he can still get to the basket. He can just score on all levels and play defense. So
does anybody have a better crossover than him?
If I had to say, like handles wise, I would say like Jamal Crawford.
Okay.
He's really that ball on the string with him. Like it's crazy. And he's so like long and lengthy too. So it's like he can really do anything.
Well, yeah, and the game's changed because you got all these big guys that can handle now. Where before the guards were the guards and your forwards went and set up.
Right.
They were never moving the ball themselves. So let's get into rapid fire. 2 questions apiece. You get to ask me the first one.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food. That's tough. I'm Italian and Hispanic, and I'm very spoiled.
Mm.
So I would say food because I like to cook. So
So what
I
you
would.
cooking for us?
What am I cooking? I'd probably make, if I'm making it for the whole team,
Mhm.
I'd probably make a big thing of baked ziti.
That sounds so good.
Not a lot of us anyway.
So probably baked ziti, or I would make, because nobody knows how to make them, and even if they know how to make them, they're so overpriced. Any restaurant you go to, I make homemade nachos, homemade guacamole, homemade nachos, all that. So I'd probably make nachos or ziti. That's what I would say. And I came to this conversation starving, and that was just a horrible thing to say to myself out loud. All right, Destiny. If you could describe yourself as a cereal, what cereal?
Captain Crunch. Crunch berries. Crunch berries. Hands down. I love them.
Why crunch berries?
Because they're just, it's like, I wouldn't say it's really like all different flavors.
Yeah.
Because it kind of is like the crunch berries itself.
Yeah.
But like, it's different. It's a variety of everything. And I'm a variety of everything.
I like that. That's a good answer. What's your last one for me? That's good.
Mm.
That was the best cereal answer I've ever gotten. I'm a variety of everything. I like that. That's cool.
Oh, dang. I kind of got a two-part. Because I was going to ask you, do you work out?
So the funny thing about my workout regimen is I am all about cardio because I hated it growing up. And I don't want to say I hate it. I severely disliked it. But cardio is important to me to like improve overall physique. But I've always been strong.
Mm-hmm.
And so people will see me now that had seen me like years ago, and they'll look at my arms or my legs and they're like, are you working out like every day? And I'm like, no, I kind of just, there's things that I normally do, I guess, that I've just kept myself strong. And I feel like if you look good, you feel good. I feel like that's a real thing.
I agree.
I feel like your mind goes to a different place if you don't feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
All right, Destiny. All right. Let's go to movies because we haven't talked about movies yet.
I love movies.
So I'm going to throw you into a movie universe, any movie universe, fictitious, real, whatever. So you could jump into a movie world, and I'm coming off of going to New York Comic Con. So I was surrounded by movies and TV shows. So I got to know what universe you would go in and why.
Honestly, I would go into the animated universe.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really like animated movies. They're funny.
Which one?
I love Shark Tales. Like Shark Tales is my number one.
Shark Tales.
Yes.
That was one that Will Smith voiced in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the soundtrack to Shark Tales is a little known, if anybody besides like me and two other people, but that soundtrack was one of the best soundtracks. And they had a song on it that was called Gold Digger, but it wasn't Kanye's Gold Digger. And I actually think that one's better. And so when I had a radio show and I had a show about, and I could play like soundtracks and whatnot, I played the Shark Tale soundtrack, and I wanted people to actually hear this music, but you're the first person that ever told me Shark Tales.
I love it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So with that being said, Bryant Stratton College of Syracuse, the spotlight is on women's basketball for the Bobcats here in this edition of the Bobcat Buzz. Make sure you go out and support the team all season long at home and on the road. And we appreciate our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with your Bobcats here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Thanks, Destiny.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Or dead.